Hello, hello, hello. What's going on, everybody? How you guys doing?
Not bad, man. What's up?
Good.
I live.
Damn. Live, in fact. Look at that. All right, let's put on some tunes and catch up real quick. I like the classic tavern. So, it's been a little while since we played. A lot's happened to a lot of people. And, well, you guys have had some time away from the clutches of dungeon life. Yeah. Are you guys ready to start diving back in? Do you think you're ready to get into the dungeon?
Have we been out as long as we were in?
No, you've not.
Okay.
Felt like, a little more time in there, but we've been out for a good, 2 or 3 sessions now, so it's still been some time.
Mm-hmm.
It's true. You guys have had about 3 days off, I think?
Yeah, something like that. And if I remember correctly, when we last left off, I was robbing Jared while he said nothing about it, because he wasn't here to defend himself. And I was picking through all the boss's belongings.
Well, you told him not to talk, so we can't tell you no.
Jared, say something if you object to this treatment of your character.
Right now or forever hold your peace.
I would really hope that I could at least try to do the verbal part of Abasi, but there's so many, there's at least 4 different dialects that he weaves through every time he speaks as Abasi, so I just don't, I don't have the kind of fluidity yet.
Yeah. Right. Maybe
I'll help him pick one.
My R's, I would do it.
It's perfect.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna stand over here in this corner and say nothing.
It's par for the course. Can't even defend himself. We'll give him a chance, though.
Maybe.
Not that one. Who am I looking for?
That's exactly what he would say.
Let's go into the edit phase. Nope. None. Perfect. That's what I like. Not. Yep, that's just me. And we're going to change you.
Check on. All naked.
Save changes. All right. Very good. So, now I fully have control of Zanjafar.
Oh, God.
Yes.
Oh.
He might be making a bit of a return, but in the meantime, we can talk about what happened last time we actually played. Can you guys remember anything? I think we have some catch-up that we can do
I
here.
made some steakies.
I remember being real lost as to what was happening. I thought one thing was happening the entire game, and everybody kept telling me I was wrong. So now I just have no idea what happened.
Well, what do you think happened?
I remember us being in the town, and I know that we were trying to figure out our whole document situation. That was kind of the big challenge of the evening, was figuring out our document situation. And I think we ultimately concluded that what we have is not really what we need, and that Zanjafar flew off with what we really need, but we can't find him because the palace is somewhere miles and miles away. And meanwhile, we're trying to just take what we do have and make everybody happy with it.
Yeah. What do you have?
We have I think it was battle plans and stuff. Either that or it was the other way around.
We have battle plans, but Zanjafar has we have the basic battle plans, and Zanjafar has the extended edition. I think.
Oh, that's what I
understood it. He has the extra documents that probably would be you told us to get this, but if you want to pay us another 69 gold.
Oh, so EA, right?
We're doing day one DLC in them. I like it.
I like it.
Plus capital practice.
Yes, Zanjafar has memos, other important documents regarding information of the figure that you had went down to obtain. But for all intents and purposes, you believe that you recovered the most necessary items. Yeah. So you went into this tomb. You were supposed to find the documents of someone by the name of what?
Akentepi.
Akentepi, that's right. Akentepi is whom? Or was whom?
A general.
Yeah, she was a general that we all assumed was a he, and were proven wrong via our biases once again.
Yeah. So you have delved into a place. It's we'll just say it's a carnival Unless you guys have a better way of determining what this location actually is. Where did you go?
To a carnival.
To a carnival? Okay.
Sweet.
We went to Mender's Row.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm to find Akentepe's tomb.
Oh, we went to the walled portion of the city, the necropolis.
Yes, the necropolis. Why is there any sort of allure or power or notoriety of this particular place?
Anybody want to take this one? I can keep going.
Yeah, anyone can dive in here.
You can keep going. I'm trying to piece together what I missed. And
Okay.
What I don't remember.
Okay, so the necropolis was originally walled off because a plague broke out, basically, and then I think afterwards it just became, it was either already a place of the dead or now it's like a big mausoleum, and especially one where really important folks are buried.
Yes.
And yeah, so it's like all the nobility and probably rulers and stuff. It's got like a haunted past.
Yeah. So, yeah, there was a plague of sorts that broke out. Do you happen to know anything about the plague? Just curious. Not as important to the tale.
I don't think we ever got any info, really.
Okay. There was a little bit that was passed out, but it was just very quick.
I don't remember what it was about the plague.
The one
Was
thing I
I-
remember about the plague is that it affected the poor and the rich. So it was like really feared.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't outspend it.
Yeah, it was definitely affected by, or it affected everybody, which was pretty unfortunate because everybody thought that they could just, skate from their problems, but wasn't the case. So a lot of people died. Did you have a guesstimation of how many, like even if it's just a percentile, how many people may have died?
It was like
thought
a
it was
third,
A lot. Yeah, I was going to say like
Yeah, I
30%
was gonna say
or
a
something.
quarter, but yeah, something like that.
half or something.
Actually, only 15% of the population survived.
We just killed
Oh,
an extra
Survived.
15%.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
15% survived?
Yeah.
No wonder this city is so roomy.
Exactly, yeah. Only 15% of the population survived from this plague that was struck upon Wati, which is pretty wild. But something's happened. Why now, of all times? Why is the necropolis being opened?
Isn't it to like kind of spur growth?
Yep.
Like bring people to the city.
Yeah.
Economic
Well,
stimulus.
that hasn't it been long enough for the disease to die?
Nobody
technically?
knows. Nobody really knows. Because there was nobody really left alive that stuck around long enough to investigate the cause of the plague to determine if it was something that was like bacterial or if it was something completely magical. The people that had the heebie-jeebies were like, fuck this shit, I'm out, and they bailed. They got out real fast. But those that were like, nah, this is just a common cold in the desert, we're good to go.
This sounds
Then
like
they
the
all
plot
died.
of a Plague Incorporated game I've played.
When, maybe.
It's fair.
Just maybe.
Right? I feel like now I need to make like the Akentepe flu in that game next time I play it.
But was it Akentepe that started this flu?
Hopefully not, because that would be awkward.
We found no such link, but I think it's totally fair to blame her because I think we're all pretty upset with her right now.
Are you, though? Like, are you really upset with Akentepe, or are you more upset with the consortium?
Some of us are upset with Akentepe for, carving things into some of our foreheads. But the consortium we're definitely not happy with. But we also, I think, are currently living in fear of them as well. So unhappy, yes. Can we do anything about it? No.
True enough.
I don't think I feel anything. I'm just a cute little goblin.
You don't feel anything, though? Aw. Poor guy.
Well, sometimes I feel cold. Like when I don't get a blanket or something.
I think he feels hungry at the very least.
Yeah, I'm hungry a lot.
I'm always
Hungry's a good
hungry.
emotion.
I feel like,
Bam.
What's that?
excuse me. No, sorry. I have a hard time burping on stream. Like I know some people are just like, bleh, like full Barney, like
You
fight from
scared me.
a,
I thought you were gonna like.
no, like
I was
Ralph.
like,
It looked
are you
like I was
okay?
gonna lose it. But the soda makes me burp, and I don't normally have soda, so that was like a biggin.
Surprise.
And I tried to keep it in. It was a biggin, so I tried to like. There was a lot of like shifting to keep it from like escaping. And sorry.
Nah,
That's-
you're good.
Burping on stream broke. Projectile vomiting on stream woke.
I'll have to remember that next
Fucking
time you're around.
ridiculous.
Just
Yeah.
for you, when you come, if you come visit.
You're welcome for that tidbit.
I like to just express
I'll look forward to it.
how much
Okay.
I love the terminology biggin. Like that that's very that's very
Yeah.
hills. That reminds me of some of my near and dear family.
Appellation. Those are
Biggin.
Appalachian terms.
Yeah,
That's big
It's
over
a
there.
biggin. That's right.
I don't know where it came from. I mean, I am married to someone from Tennessee, so it could be that.
That's close to the Appalachia, kind of, right? I gotta look at a map.
To the whole
Friggin'
Appalachia.
biggin.
Tennessee, not Tennessee. It's Tennessee.
Hey,
Yeah, it's right below Kentucky. That's right.
you're the only 10 I see.
Oh my lord.
My soundboard doesn't fucking work on stream.
That's
West Virginia
I've
Connect.
missed this. I've missed this. This is good.
No,
Yeah.
I'm-
How long ago was this curse? Like when this plague or whatever it was? When did this occur?
1,500 years ago.
Or yeah, that's right.
Getting closer.
1,700 years ago.
Warm or cold?
I'll take 1,700 for.
That's pretty.
1701.
That's pretty close.
Are we? I was about to say, Price is ready.
That's pretty close. It's about
1 year.
1,700 years, close to 2,000 years, and people are still like,
Oh,
"Do
that
we?
goes to Misty. Misty was closest.
Do we
Wait, I just
go
realized
in there?"
something. So it's a goblin vault. Does that mean that's my inheritance?
Could be.
No.
Could be. Maybe
Oh,
if you're
but-
lucky.
Wait, I'm sorry. What's a goblin vault?
Oh, my bot. My bot's
His
name is
bot
Goblin Vault.
Oh, right. Duh. Okay, I knew that.
Then someone thought it would be a bright idea to open the necropolis. He said, "Hey, this is cool. We'll stimulate the economy. We'll get all the cool shit that was left down there, and we'll bring it back, and we'll relish in the success of the adventurers and their plight, because then they'll drop even cooler shit down there." Who said this?
The Pharaoh,
The
right?
Pharaoh. Yeah. Yeah, that guy.
Big Pharaoni
Real
himself.
real cheeky bastard. Yeah.
I really hope you call him that.
The Pharaoni. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
Hey, Zanjifar said we could call him.
Zanjifar's like,
Said
That was
friends.
cool.
no. Hey, it's all right, Dad.
Zanjifar
Cool.
in
They're
sign
fucking
language
going
now
me.
is this. Just so that we're aware. This is your name. Because this is X, so it's. Right?
I get it. I
It
love
even goes because that's what you're like. A lot of people will do like a symbol, like a sign in their like in a letter.
I love
Yeah,
it.
it makes sense because
Boobies.
Thank you so much, Pon, for the bits, brother. I appreciate that. So yeah, I actually did have some details here discussed in the beginning. This was called a plague of madness.
I'm angry.
A plague of madness. It was a terrible disease.
Did they 28 days later each other?
You
All
know,
to death?
I don't
Death.
actually recall what happens with the plague of madness, but I think we could come up with it. I think we could really
Well, I would like
fix
that.
that. And this was actually released, and it's known in the region by the cult of Lamashtu. The cult of Lamashtu.
I'm gonna write that down.
I was gonna say off to Discord.
Yeah. We do have the Discord. The cult of Lamashtu is thought to be linked to it or behind it.
They unleashed the disease.
They unleashed it. Okay.
Mhm. It's pronounced Lamashtu. It is the mother and patroness of many misshapen and malformed creatures that crawl, slither, and flap above or below the surface of Galarian. Her unholy symbol is a three-eyed jackal head, which may be represented in many ways, and her sacred animal is the jackal.
All right.
Cool. So now we're dipping into Lovecraftian mythos. Nice.
You
I
know
had a friend
who?
named the Jackal.
You know who might actually be very well aware of Lamashtu?
Who's that?
Jared.
Goblins.
Orc goblins.
Goblins.
Oh.
One of the primary worshippers of Lamashtu is gnolls, medusas, goblins, and minotaurs.
I think I actually read that when I was going through deities because remember me and you talked about which deity should I follow. I don't think I actually hashed that out either.
Her domains are chaos, evil, madness, strength, and trickery. She's evil.
She sounds like a real treat.
Her titles: the Demon Queen, the Mother of Monsters, the Demon Mother, the Mother of Demons, the Mother of Beasts. They actually call her Perversion.
Wow.
And the Mistress of Insanity.
So real middle of the road type character here.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yep. Oh,
And,
my favorite.
Screamy Deemy Mommy.
Yeah, my favorite. They actually call her Grandmother Nightmare.
Oh, I like that one.
Me
Yeah.
too.
Now the Night Mother? Jesus.
Grandmother Nightmare. That's a wild name. Her alignment is chaotic evil, just in case you're curious. I'm sure Jared, as Abasi, can tell you all of these things about her.
If he was here.
If he was here, yeah. Tell me about some NPCs that you're at least aware of inside of the city. People that you've met.
Does she look like that?
Like...
That's not Monk at COS, is it?
Yeah,
dope.
that's Lamashtu's. What is it? It's the real symbol from Mesopotamian mythology.
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah,
she's real.
She's a real deity, actually.
Yeah,
it was
because I knew the
proposed.
name sounded familiar.
So is Osiris, I think we mentioned.
Mhm.
It's not the first real god I've heard. Oh, cool.
Neil
Oh,
said
well,
this.
she
I'm
has-
looking this up later.
She's okay. Is she?
I'll put this info in the-
She's kind of fierce.
Because she looks like she's swollen with child.
She's
Actually,
Pregante.
and according to the Mesopotamian mythology, she was a female demon, monster, malevolent goddess, or demigoddess who menaced women during childbirth and, if possible, kidnapped their children while they were breastfeeding. That's the actual Mesopotamian
I'll cut
myth.
a bitch.
Yeah. I was gonna say that's she's got to be pretty strong to pull a child away from a
I was gonna-
breasticle.
right? So she's right because those kids don't unlatch. The hypothetically, so she's got knives,
Right.
hot and cold, heart-shaped blood, skull boobies.
Skull boobies, yeah.
She's cupping her face like she's like a model.
She's voguing.
And she's basically
She's
like,
Shakira.
oh my god.
Each of the actually starting from hot and cold, each of these corresponds to a Katy Perry song.
Oh my god, this is the video that she should have done. Hot and
It's-
you're cold. You
Katy Perry actually transcends time.
Oh my
Just
god.
saying.
That's what this monster is now called, by the way.
We figured it
Katy
out.
Perry.
Yep.
Katy Perry.
This
Perry,
monster's
hello.
theme song, not that, but roar.
Perfect. Yeah, there's a lot of depictions of her in imagery if you're interested in looking. Lots of crazy shit too. Sometimes depicted as like a harpy with a jackal face. A lot of it has boobs. Very large boobs. I'm not going to share it on stream, but if you're that guy.
Oh.
She's a mother of stuff. She's got to have.
Science, right?
You gotta see the titties.
Yeah,
because
lots of
they're
boobies.
important for mothering. Anyway,
Yeah. How you gonna feed the kids you steal from one boob if you don't have your own boobs?
Right.
exact. Yeah,
Factual
right.
statement.
It's
What are
science.
you gonna steal them with?
Oh,
Right.
That's like 2 bits of baby bait.
Right. She
Better
needs to
boob.
calm the calamity that is her memories.
yeah.
So
Apparently,
she's the queen of Hakuna
Literally.
Matata.
she was the demon mother of Pazuzu, which Pazuzu was the demon that actually possessed the little girl from The Exorcist. That was that. So it's like real
Oh.
dated.
I thought it was the toucan from Lion King.
Nope, no. That's Zazu. Very different.
That's Zazu.
That if it was Pazazu, now that I might buy.
He's got a lot of pizzazu.
Yeah. Pazuzu.
And all that pizzazu.
I've got a lovely pair of coconut.
Behold the calamities.
Perfect.
I'm fired. That's fair, Saphirian.
That was good.
Roll initiative.
I love it. Let's see what else is so NPCs. What did we say someone first?
No,
Oh.
we just started riffing on this evil goddess that's definitely not going to retribute us at all. We met. What was her name? The lady in the mend. She knew all the things.
You can. I mean, you have the Discord, so you can still use that as well.
NPCs.
Here we go.
No.
Omen Kotem,
Omen Kotem.
Mender's Row merchant, and possibly a diviner. I put a question mark next to that.
Yep, there's Oman Kotem.
We did briefly meet Seti the crocodile.
There is Seti. And what is Seti? Or what is her position inside of the city?
She's the high priestess of Pharasma.
Yeah. Pharasma has a pretty large part that she plays inside of this city. Whom or what is Pharasma's role, if you can recall?
Pharasma's another goddess, right?
She is. She's a pretty important one.
Goddess of death?
Goddess of the graves.
Okay, close.
Yeah. For her, it's all about making sure that the dead stay that way.
Oh, yeah.
They're not necessarily a bad person. She's just like you stay in your bed kind of person.
Yeah, in a matter of
Dead bed.
matter
Yeah.
of saying, I suppose that's a way to look at it. I don't want to misrepresent, so I'm gonna get that. Do you know anybody else that's working inside of the service of Seti the Crocodile?
Maybe Donkor.
Maybe Donkor?
No.
I mean, maybe.
Oh, you saying like I work for SETI? Is that what you're saying? Sorry.
Potentially. But I don't think we really know whom anybody prays to at this point,
No.
right?
No.
That's true.
It's not something that we've all honestly discussed. But as we know, this is coming up. Religion is going to play a larger part of this particular campaign. As you believe, you have awoken a god. Or at least she declares that she's a god by the name of Akentepi.
I actually don't know if we've met anybody who works under SETI the Crocodile yet.
Not yet, at least I can't recall. Pharasma is known as the Lady of Graves. She is the goddess who shepherds Golarian's recently departed souls to their final reward. Upon death, souls migrate via the River of Souls to Pharasma's boneyard in the outer sphere, which sits atop an impossibly tall spire that pierces the astral plane. She is also called the Survivor, the Spiral of Fate, and the Lady of Mysteries. Domains are death, healing, knowledge, repose, and water, and she is often seen amongst the neutral scale.
Fair. And balanced. Farhan is another NPC.
Yes, he is. Tell me about him. What's he like?
He's a respectful man. He's a man of a lot of, respect for the dead. I don't know if I would say religious, but possibly.
Okay.
And he seems like a hard worker. He loves his bar, his inn, the Tooth and Hookah.
He's also a former adventurer.
That's right. That's true too.
Have you met any of his old allies? What has really kind of like leaned you onto believing, without him saying it, what led you to believe that he was an ex-adventurer? Were there any feats of strength or signs of this past life?
One of the biggest feats of strength that he did is he literally took Ronan's sword out of the floor.
Yeah.
With literal ease.
Like board and all, yeah.
Yeah, that was a big one. Anything else that kind of reaches out to you?
His size, like how buff he is.
Yeah,
Because I remember you describing his stature was
even in his age, he still just emits this semi-air of authority, but a strength that kind of hangs with him. He's
also said he had several scars.
Yeah, he's also covered in scars, which is telltale that he was either a slave in his past or something really terrible happened to him, lest he was an adventurer. So, yeah, short of expressing that he's been there, done that, those are a few of the telltale signs. What is your opinion of this character, Farhan? Is he someone that you will rely on? Do you find him to be someone that you just want to use or manipulate? What do you think of him? Tell me about it.
He's definitely a character I want to keep. Go ahead.
I was gonna say he's a dude who I think we can lean on as far as we can reasonably expect from an honest dude.
I think that he could be a great ally if we treat him right. Yeah. But
I think so, yeah.
As long as we're, doing good things. I don't think he's comfortable with breaking the law. I don't even get the impression that he's comfortable bending the law. It's more like if he has to look away too hard, I feel like he's just nope, not here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Especially under his roof, I feel like he's gonna take every precaution to make sure that nothing happens to the Tooth and Hookah, because it's I think we've gotten the impression that it's kind of his baby.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, that's probably where, that he put all of his eggs in one basket. This is his retirement of sorts. What else do we know about Farhan? Anything in particular? Who does he cater to? Whom does he work with? How else is he useful to you up to this point?
Well, we know that he, like, the what were they? Were they hobbits or dwarves?
halflings.
Halflings. There were halflings that came in, and then he was like, "Nah, don't bring the dogs." And then he gave him like some dirty ass look, and he's like, "Ah, what the fuck ever, just bring him in." So we know
Service
that
animal.
they might have some history, maybe between those two parties, or just the fact that they brought in enough money and he was intimidating, and
Yeah.
was like, "Fuck it."
Okay.
It also seems like Farhan caters to a lot of respect. The fact that he can bring in, people who seemingly have nobility, but literally nobody messes with him. Like, he doesn't really have anybody who tries to be like, "Hey, Farhan, you work for us." You know what I mean? He's
As far as we know.
That you're aware of up to this point. I know that a few of you have expressed that Farhan might be the type to sell you down the river. If enough money is offered, you think he might turn tail. Do you still believe that, or is that? What do you think?
I think
it's definitely. I was gonna say it's definitely possible.
Yeah, I agree. I think like if the price was right, or if somebody leveraged him with the right thing, like he doesn't owe us at the moment really any sort of loyalty, other than the fact that we've rented out some rooms for a good amount of time. Like we've been good customers for him, but he's not gonna go above and beyond. Like maybe like if somebody tries to strong arm him, maybe all that's standing between us and being sold is his integrity as a shopkeeper. Even then, like it's not gonna
Okay.
save us that much.
So what do you think is going to be that tipping point? Do you try moving forward to lean on him as an ally? Do you offer assistance to him, knowing very well that you already sort of have a full docket of shit that you have to take care of? How do you leverage this, or do you just remain tried and true, honest patrons of the Tooth and Hookah?
I think so far trying to remain like tried and true patrons of the Tooth and Hookah would leverage us a little bit farther, especially because we've already tried the route where we let him know on everything, and he's like, "I don't want to know."
Right.
And to keep you safe, there are people who could make him talk, and he warned us about that.
Yeah.
True.
Well, and I feel like right now he's giving us everything we need. We need a roof over our head and like a kind of a base of operations. He's given us that. He brings us up food and bath water, kind of, right? Like he takes care of us in a way that we need him to. He fulfills his end of the bargain. And we, I don't know, are probably not the best tenants he's ever had for it. So we're pretty, I feel like we're pretty lucky to have him.
Okay.
And have the Tooth and Hookah. Personally, I in character, she's just thankful for everyone. But
Whom does he defer to inside of your group? Who handles the finances? Who corrals the cats of the party? Who is this person?
I think Donkor.
You think Donkor?
Yeah, sounds about right.
Either him or Abasi. I'm not sure.
I would say it's between him and Abasi, definitely.
What do you think his opinions are of the party so far?
Probably thinks we're idiots.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And probably dangerous idiots.
Right.
Which I think is a really fair summation.
Right. Like I think we might be we're right on that line of weirdos. We could either be lovable weirdos or get the fuck out of here weirdos. Like I think that we are at a critical is the wrong word. We're at a crossroads with him probably either now or very soon where he will have to decide like, do I continue to rent my room to these people?
Okay. All right.
But I mean, I might be wrong, but I kind of feel like he's still making up his mind, his final decision about if we are his people or not.
Who is his least favorite?
Dude, it's got to be the gobs. It's got to be the goblin.
I mean,
It's got to be Ronan.
Yeah.
As
He's
of
the
right
only
now,
one that's.
as of right now, it'd have to be like he didn't have a least favorite until the goblin showed up and stuck his sword.
I wasn't the one that I feel like I got roped in a lie, and I felt like that's why he didn't. He had my, I don't know. I just had his attention, and then obviously me being just
Honestly,
a
I
normal
think
goblin.
the only reason that it's not the fact that you got roped in a lie. I think it's because you did property damage and then you danced.
Remember?
Oh yeah, I forgot about the dancing.
Remember when we said the Tooth and Hookah is his baby? You stabbed his baby.
And then you
Don't
violently
stab people's babies, Ronan.
Yeah, you then proceeded to violently pelvic thrust, throwing off all of the feng shui of this entire place.
Had your bird friends come through the ceiling.
Well, I mean, he didn't facilitate that, to be
Right.
fair. They broke in, but you like Monica, not Monica. You like what's her name from Seinfeld? No, that's too-
Ellen, Eileen.
Elaine.
Elaine.
All
There you
over
go.
the
Oh my
dance
God.
floor.
Yeah.
I doubt I'm the
close.
worst dancer that's been in there.
No, that's probably
His
true.
entire
That's probably true. But paired with your dashingly
Appearance.
good looks, you really
And so-
set a tone.
Right. And there's not a. I mean, I know that goblins are not very popular where we're at either. Nor are people of his stature, like are people of his height, very popular?
I mean, there are halflings, right, that are inside of the city, but remember, halflings are generally traded
Slaves.
and sold. They are slaves for insert X reason here. They generally are never released unless they are fearsome, which speaks quite a lot about the halflings that are adventuring with these dogs, the dog soldiers.
Dog soldiers.
There's something about them that sets them apart because, surely someone could just sweep in and kill all of their hounds and then take them as slaves, but something sets them apart. So that's at least worth considering. But yeah, that's mostly Farhan in a nutshell. He is a very neutral to positive force at the moment, but all it could take is one decision and you can switch that. Whom else do we have? There's a couple of other bigger players, people that have interacted with you either a lot or they've had a lot of weight in their minor interactions.
There
Basha
was
Pook.
there was the chick that showed up that like we really creeped out.
Who worked for Omen Kotam. I don't know if I think she purposely withheld her name, which I probably would have done to us too.
She actually did
And-
tell you her name.
Perrin Legas.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I actually wrote that down. It's right here, right under my name. Okay.
And I forget the name because she tried hitting on me.
Ah,
Oh, that's
Well
right.
met.
She put her hand on you and you like ran away or something.
No, I was like, I'm not sure if I'm comfortable with this.
Yeah.
set your boundaries. Don't touch me. Got a personal space thing.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, looking at everyone else, you have a catfolk, a goblin, a pommet, and, well, Grandma Winter? Or a crow lady. Nobody really knows. And it was shocking because you weren't exactly the most inviting group. In fact, I do recall that there was one point where Neferani was like, "You want to prove who you are? Make out with me. Let's go. Do it. Right now."
Yeah. I made a lot of mistakes in character last episode.
I made a lot of mistakes. Man, it sounds like this entire campaign.
I just made a lot in a rapid succession.
You
If
made...
we're gonna tell who you are, I'm gonna have to taste your molars.
Oh my
Let's go.
god. Oh, that
That's
paints
a
a
little
picture.
overly aggressive.
Oh.
I mean,
I
it
don't
is
think I've
a
ever
picture.
tasted someone's molars.
Oh, I haven't.
No comment on this.
I have not.
I don't lick teeth.
Oh, I'm missing out. The sexiest part of a person.
Oh,
Molars,
The
no,
face
but
bones.
face bone.
that was close. It's really close.
Oh, god damn it.
The
Wow.
good old face bones. Yeah. You briefly, yes, you did briefly meet her. She is whom? What part does she? What role does she play?
He's like a like a scholarly type person. Her entire role was to come back with us inside the tomb to confirm or deny our findings of
Yes.
of Akentepe.
Okay, all right. And the reason that you needed to prove that Akentepe was a woman was for what reason again? Why are you doing this? Insert side mission
Historical
here?
finding.
Historical finding.
I don't know,
yeah.
because Abasi's like, I found this mask and I want to know.
We have somehow deluded ourselves into thinking that if we make a major historical discovery that we will become recognized and rich for it, even though we don't really have currently, that we know of, any way to prove that Akentepe was a woman, because only we have actually seen her, and she flew away and nobody brought a Polaroid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here we are.
I didn't bring
My
myself.
premium
yesterday.
Snap, no one had subscribed to that tier yet, so I didn't have my phone on.
Yep.
You definitely, you pretty much covered her perfectly. That was the best Cliff Notes synopsis I've heard. That I'm very happy with that. So that really kind of speaks to Omen, and that also speaks to Terran and their motives at the moment that you're at least aware of. Whom else? What other players are operating inside of the city?
Then going back to last episode, we did find Jamar's dad,
Yes. What is his name?
Jahim Arak, I think.
Jahim Arak. And this, I believe, was the first time that you found any kind of alignment that fits yours. Not like in the actual alignment mechanic, but with another individual that could purportedly be an ally. You felt very positively about this. Why? What did he do? Why? What's going on with this?
Well, he has ties to the consortium because he was the one who was supposed to not only give us our money, but also collect the documents. But he kind of, not only is he older, but he kind of confided in us why he believes that now Jamara is his daughter.
Okay.
And he believes that the consortium isn't responsible for taking her, which now leads him to believe that we could ally with each other to potentially find Jamara, who might be in the hands of the Pook.
That's where I think she is, anyway.
Okay. You think that she is with the Pook?
I'm very anti-Pook.
I think a lot of people here are.
I feel like the Poog tried real hard to flex on us, and basically none of us took to that well. I mean,
True.
I get why, but screw that guy.
He definitely made his opinions very stern and understood.
Mm.
He certainly could have been a lot worse, at least in your first initial meetings.
But he also threatened us without giving us any other leeway. He backed us into a corner immediately and said, "You guys are my pawns, and I'm going to do with what we want." We went, "We don't know you from shit, so I'm going to start fires."
True enough.
Oh yeah.
This
But
is what happens when
literally.
I'm so focused on my chips. A wild fucking Jared appears.
But at the same time, he was at least very clear about his intentions. It was only a few sessions later did you realize that you were pawns in a more elaborate game for the consortium.
I mean,
So is
a lot,
he.
of, a lot of the reason like Donkor doesn't like the Pook is mainly because he's like, listen, I tried to bargain with you, and now you're trying to take advantage of me. I'm gonna burn this bitch down.
Okay. That's a good reason. I know that Abasi at least likes him a little bit. At least a little bit.
It's true, he beat the shit out of my dad. He was a bit of a dick, but Abasi's actually lost his bloodlust. But as his party continues to have bloodlust, I guess.
You're along for the ride. Let's face it. I mean, he's her dad's boss. We can take them both out.
I don't really know if anybody here is suffering from extreme bloodlust. I would think that it's probably Ronan who's just itching to get into a fight at this point.
100%.
Yeah. All right.
Donkor just has extreme dislike, but that's really what it comes down to.
What is
Money and it could be like,
what is the Pasha's role in the city?
He's like a mafioso.
His mafioso.
Be the first main boss.
To be I mean, that's not necessarily wrong when appearing from an outward story mechanic. Yeah. What kind of things does he do in the city? What do you think, if you had to speculate, what had him rise to power? What did it look like at first glance?
Drugs and prostitution.
That's what I was going to say, pretty much. Yep.
Isn't that how every great crime lord?
Every
Yeah,
civilization.
Is that like
Like-
step one?
Like, I have a sword, I have drugs, and I have women. You gonna
That's
give
like-
me money?
The original mafioso of Wati specifically just sold onions.
The first thing that human beings ever learned how to do is get high. The second thing was sell their holes.
Wow. Well,
I think it was the
I'm
other way
just
around.
saying.
though.
Yeah, we sure. Like, what came first?
I don't
The
know.
whole selling or the drugs?
I mean, it's one leads to the other, so you're right. It's a very chicken and egg. Very chicken and egg situation here.
Holes and drugs.
I mean, if we refer to Joe Rogan, apparently monkeys ate mushrooms, so that might have been why we're here.
Monkeys ate mushrooms. Okay.
That's
Well-
how we came to be, yeah.
Hey, you know what? I've seen crappier theories.
Well, it's actually a really good theory in terms of brain activity, using psychedelic drugs to stimulate your brain. I don't know. It's not just Joe Rogan. He just talks about drugs a lot.
they call prostitution
actually-
the old
yeah.
profession. Yeah.
I know when I go to, figure out what's going on with human, like, evolution, Joe Rogan's where I start.
Is it because he's the missing link?
You'll have to.
I mean,
come up with
he's-
your own conclusions
He's
there.
pretty next level. I wouldn't know necessarily, nor would I declare that he is the link in this case. But man's
Maybe he's the link forward.
oh god,
Him nor Joe Mangiano. Neither one of them do it for me. I'm not in that club.
That's crazy, man. Have you ever done DMT? I bought it from the Pook.
that was actually an excerpt that was recorded specifically from Joe Rogan. Believe it or not, he bought his DMT from the Pook. So
It's true. That's
Weird.
the end of that quote. You never hear it.
yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, so the Pook is a mafioso. He deals in vices, and his rise will continue. Are people aware of him? Yeah, a lot of people in the city know who the Pook is, be it for better or for worse. He plays a role here, and he is not aligned with the heroes, nor is he necessarily aligned with other villains. It's at least worth considering up to this point, because, well, Abasi's dad now has a really sweet scar that chicks may dig eventually, even if he doesn't like it or not.
I'm hoping he's dead by then.
True. Whom else are we aware of inside of the city?
Seti the crocodile?
We said Seti. We've got Farhan.
Veggie, we have the merchant. We have the Pook. We have Jamar's father.
Yep. Jahim.
Mad Dog Marn.
Yep. Marn. That's right. He was another one. Yeah. He.
Let me check Blacklight's notes and pretend they're mine.
Did we get a name from the blacksmith that made, fixed Jared's armor and
No.
it made me that thing?
Nope.
Nope,
He's
we
just
did
a
not.
blacksmith.
Some random guy.
I mean, this is the kind of the great thing for me about tabletop is that you don't necessarily have the names of every person in the city dictated in the book, but that doesn't necessarily mean that insert random NPC here isn't important.
Yeah,
They
true.
can quickly grow to someone that is important. Like Farhan is small beans here, guys. Like he's just a real small thing, but you have made him something more. He's something.
He's not
significant
small
more.
beans to us.
Exactly.
No, yes.
Exactly. So yes, there are a handful of other. We talked about Papa Scarabhide.
Missing one more. That's kind of a major deal, and that's the Pilakka.
Mm-hmm.
I was just looking at their name. Shit. And I closed that because I assumed we talked about it. Discord, no!
Hold on. I don't want to look it up.
No, I have to
Kazakh,
steal his
yeah.
notes. No!
It's former student. Can you remember the name?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, we had just said Maze Prezak, or something along those lines.
Former student, underling of sorts, an understudy.
And apparently also allied with the Pook.
At least temporarily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the very least, yeah.
Until the poop dies.
She threw down the gauntlet, man. She said, "All right, you old bitch, let's roll. Me and you, mano a mano." Cacaw.
Black was like, I don't want to deal with this. I'm old.
Yeah.
Now she's got to figure out.
The Pilakka counterstroke, getting on a boat and going to a new country.
Yeah, exactly. This is why I left.
Can't kill me if you don't know I exist.
Y'all are a bunch of drama queens. Bunch of drama birds.
There were a few other names that can go fairly quickly, right? Like Deked was the gladiator slave owner.
Name of the year right there.
Deked, yeah. That was the person who owned Ronan, or at least was transporting Ronan, to the dye merchant family, which, as we know, is the Essesh family. So, I think you guys are all caught up to this point. I think everybody is in the know, and we are very well aware. All right. Last time on Dragon Ball Z. How did we end the session last?
Last session, we were talking to Zamara's dad.
Yeah.
And Donkor walked away. A couple of them were still talking, and I forgot, actually.
What do we know? What's his deal right now? What is Jahim after?
The war plans, right? He says he's come to collect them from us.
Yeah, he's after. He had already given us the money, and we made him count it. Because you guys are rude.
I remember that.
That was the only way that I could think of to confirm that, like, I mean, if he gave us 69 gold, we would know. And he didn't have to count it himself. We would have counted it for him.
So long as it maths, man. Because we've been screwed by everybody in this city so far.
Right? I don't think it was really all that outrageous to ask for some counting verification.
Yeah, Donkor was like, I don't want to deal with this family talk, so he walked away and went back to the bar.
That's right. That's right. You were like, peace.
Yeah.
I still have the plans on me. You guys got the gold.
To be totally fair, you guys weren't offered a low sum of money when you look at the total encompassing amount, right? Like, it's almost 350 gold to enter a grave, retrieve a dead person's plans, and then bring it back.
Mm-hmm.
So when you really parse it down to 69, 70 gold a person, that's when you're like, shit, that's really low. But
it's not the number. It's that if he knew it was 69 ahead, then we guaranteed that he talked to the other person, because who the hell else is going to ask for 69 gold?
That was my point. That was my whole in-character point, was if it adds up to to 5 people's worth of 69, which doesn't work in real life, just saying, then we know they were real. Somebody's going to be left out.
You were right. Yeah, I'm just not going to comment on.
I don't think I'm going to do the math on that.
Should we 345?
Yes, but they
Trust
just gave
Nick
you
to know what 5 people 69ing equals.
I mean, just means one of them is just gonna have a little bit of extra fun. Who knows?
They just gave you platinum. They didn't want to bother with the gold, because when you have that much gold, it's much easier to be noticed walking around with a bag that large versus a small pouch with 35 platinum. So, you got your platinum, but you aligned yourselves with him. What was the tie? What was the tether?
Jamara. I think.
Jamara.
Yeah. Yeah, Jamara. So are you going to work with him? Are you friends now? You hang out on the weekends?
He seems like maybe the first like good guy that we've met besides maybe Farhan. So we like him.
I feel like I'm okay to trust him for the moment. Like, I feel like for some reason, like, I'm somebody's dad and I believe them now, and I kind of want to find them, and like it feels very I don't know, it feels very warm and family-y.
More personable than half the shit we've been able to do so far.
Yeah.
And he may be lying, but sometimes you just got to take a risk.
Well, we have to save Jamara either way, so
Right, we probably should not forget her, regardless of the
part of
fact,
the party.
out of
We
character
don't
reasons.
have to. It would be maybe a little callous if we didn't, but
I could see
Jamara.
Pilakka not caring.
I was gonna say that's
Now
what
it
we're
is
talking.
Are definitely not leaving a party member behind.
I'm thinking we knew her for like 20 seconds. Come on, that's a
That's
blip to
also
Pilakka.
She was very much not a part. Like, there weren't a lot of bonding opportunities with her.
It's true. It's very
What?
true.
She made you guys
Didn't have her alone.
close, though. She made you toast.
She did.
Out
and
of
she did
the
light a
Pook's
lot of
men. Yeah.
fire. That's right.
Yeah.
It was a good fireworks show, so we should be thankful for that.
You do have to give her that, yeah.
We were here, and her dad's asking us for help, and he's related to the other stuff. Woo!
We have to give her the thing that got us in the most single trouble so far, not including the goblin.
You know, we did get... I am just now realizing we did sort of indirectly. I mean, he didn't know she was captured by the Pook, and like, okay, he's like, that sucks. We did, so we haven't exactly been asked to rescue her, but if we do rescue her, we know her dad's real rich.
Yep.
So there could be a reward.
Yep.
Well,
And we
it'll
know
already
that her
be
dad
friends
doesn't like
there.
the Pook right now,
Yeah.
which makes me happy.
Speaking of which, he gave you a little some. What did he give you guys?
I don't remember getting any drugs.
A different
sex?
some.
I don't remember
Okay,
him
a few
making
different
out with
some.
us either.
He gave you a bag of money. Jesus Christ.
Oh, money! Right.
I thought that's what we were just talking about with
Yeah,
the
I thought we were just
69
talking
gold.
about them.
Yeah.
No. He gave you guys the money that you got for doing the job for the consortium.
But he gave us another one?
He gave you a bag of gems.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
He said, it's not much, but it's what I have on me. And he gave you a bag of gems. When he opened it up, it was 12 pristinely cut gems.
And then he asked about his daughter, and our bargainer walked away, and I was really confused.
Did we ever figure out how much those were worth?
No, we ended the session there before...
Yeah, I was gonna say we're basically still sitting there
Yeah.
with him.
Well, we had there was some time that passed, if you recall, and I ended the session with some of the other adventuring parties arriving.
Yep, Mad Dog Marin and the other guys came in the corner. That's when we established that the dogs were there, and yeah, we're all caught up.
Cheers.
Oh.
Yeah, I was gone.
We should maybe be stashing our giant sacks of money and valuable gems while all these shady characters pile into our home.
Okay.
I mean, that's why Donkor has a hidden pouch in his bag.
Classic hidden pouch. Doesn't ever get you in trouble, ever.
We knew that from the start.
Okay, let's set the scene before I wander off to the bathroom because I've drank like 3 bottles of water and a recap. I think what I'm gonna play is I think we're gonna try this. Yeah. Let's give this a little bit of a whirl.
Wow.
Okay. That's not good. Double critical fails. That's real bad, actually.
Just getting it out of the way.
Yeah, that's why I'm getting it out. Unless this is my rules for surviving the party. I hate social interaction.
Okay. You know where you are. You are in the Tooth of Enhuka. Farhan has been very clear up to this point that you must monitor yourselves. You must stay alert and watch the goblin so as to not scare more patrons outside of his bar. He is aware that there are going to be many people inside of this bar this evening, most of them adventurers. You are all also aware that many adventurers died on their first descent into the necropolis. These people will be a bit more weathered, scarred. They have officially seen some shit. You may have these moments where you can share these events back and forth, or you can just wait it out and then see whom you will be competing against moving forward. Because every time you enter, these will be people that may end up stabbing you in the back or being your greatest allies inside of this place. Everything that you bring back from the graves, wherever you have been established to loot, that could be their loot. And that's important to note, because they're going to be looking at you the same way that you look at them. So, I will be right back. You know what's happening. You know some of the people that are here, and I will reestablish. So, get into yourselves. Shake yourselves up. I'll be right back.
No.
All right, plan of attack.
Just kill everybody.
I have a plan,
Burn down the bar.
which is perhaps the worst line in all of the Avengers movies.
Oh, God.
Can
Yeah.
we agree on that?
Yeah, there have been some bad ones. but
I mean, great movies, but I do have
yeah.
attack. No, Tony. Or
That's
or
not a
Cap,
plan, buddy.
That's you being cheeky and not even witty about it. So, honey, sit down.
Go for a plan B.
Right. I have a plan. Let's figure out why this guy's shooting fire out of his eyes. Some lightning. Why though?
So he's going to show us a bunch of adventurers with really nice gear, and we realistically left Akentepe's tomb with no loot but money.
Right. I feel like this is where we're all gonna get like super, super, super dick envy.
Jealous as fuck, going, they all glow and have magical effects.
It says I am muted, and I am like, I am not.
He said you were muted and broadcasting simultaneously.
Right at the same time. GG. The magic. Magic as fuck.
Well, I'm gonna grab something real quick.
Ryu, they left us alone. That was so dumb. My God.
I'm still trying to decide on if my character would try to ask people to fight them for their weapons that I see that are shiny.
I think that you should, and I think that you should, and that I think this needs to be like a buddy drama right here, where I'm like, no, he's just being like him. He's being silly, just and not call you little, but just call you every analogy to little. Like, go get a thesaurus.
Just find synonyms that I don't know.
I'm actually gonna look up synonyms for little right now.
Small, diminutive.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be the entire. I decided we did while you were gone.
Okay.
We were in the channel. Sorry, but we decided because everyone left us, which was a terrible idea to leave the two of us here. That I am going to not call him little all night, but I have opened up a basically synonyms for the word little. And I'm just going to use a different one every time I refer to him.
As long as I don't hear small or little.
Oh, see, you can't now you change it.
Yeah. I'm waiting on her to be like, what's up, my little micro orc buddy?
Micro would be fine. I wouldn't know what that meant.
Infinitesimal. Oh, I'm going to, yeah. Not big. Not big. Thanks for that one. Thanks for that
I wouldn't know not big. I mean, I'm a goblin.
Right, like that one.
Not
I
big.
don't think it's a proper synonym if it starts with the word not.
True.
That's lazy as shit.
Infinitesimal is a good word because it looks like infinity small, and it just means really small.
Right. Short-lived. Jesus.
Oh.
You can call me Itsy.
Oh.
Oh no, these are some good words. I don't want to like.
Okay, give them away. Right, yeah.
Give them away, but
What if it's like short round?
I feel like since he's probably never seen Indiana Jones, he's not going to get it in character.
He's just going to hear short and stop listening.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know what you guys are going to need?
Inappreciable.
You guys are going to have to get him a stress ball.
Inappreciable little friend over here.
Can see it already. It's. Oh, I can't even remember the movie, but he's just
give me a squeaky toy that looks like
this just saved your life. And it just,
What movie was that?
I can't. It's Ben Stiller, man. I can't remember it.
It wasn't.
Wait. Was it Dodgeball?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
It wasn't
It wasn't
Dodgeball.
Dodgeball?
No,
Are you sure?
his character. They all wear masks. They were heroes.
Oh, it was Mystery Man.
Mystery Men. That's it. Yeah.
That's right.
Oh
Because he's
my
so
God.
angry. I have always wanted to do a baby bowler
Yeah.
cosplay.
Oh.
Like I need a
My
group
dad
of
said,
people.
shut up, Dad!
Somebody needs to be the Blue Raja.
Yeah.
Perfect. Oh, I love that movie.
It's a good one.
Also,
Also,
Mother, where's my spoons?
it has CeeLo Green in it, and
Yeah,
nobody
right.
knows that it's CeeLo Green, which is kind of awesome.
It's just bizarre. Like fucking William H. Macy is the fucking
Shoveler. The Shoveler, yeah.
Yeah.
Pee Wee
Blue
Herman.
Raja.
I fucking
Pee Wee
love that
Herman is in
movie.
it.
It's such a great. It is such a fantastic movie from start to finish. Eddie Izzard is a bad guy. Like
Yeah.
what's wrong with it? Like it is. Yeah.
We're bringing disco back.
All right, so Mummies, new Patreon reward for you, Bub. Mummy's Mask, MST3K. Like we're the people. We're
Oh.
Mike and Crow, and
Oh, I like this.
the other. But we watch Mystery Men.
I'm for it. I'm definitely
But
for it.
did you hear that? I know this is a random thing, but did you know that they're shutting down Rabbit?
Yeah,
Yes.
I heard.
That's really
I'm
depressing.
pretty salty about
I'm
it.
not
already
surprised,
see
yeah.
a list of alternatives.
Yeah, there's a lot
Yeah.
of alternatives out there, but still,
I liked Rabbit though.
I did too.
Apparently, some new website's getting put together that'll spiritly success it, so it'll be the same thing in 6 months.
We'll see.
So
We'll see
it'll
what
suck
happens.
again in 6 months. Great.
Remember when they shut down Kazaa, guys? Remember when they shut down LimeWire?
My LimeWire though.
Remember
LimeWire.
when they shut down?
Someone buy
You mean
this
when they
guy's
unplugged
game.
my computer from the viruses?
Yeah. Oh my God, there's
Oh my
so
God.
many viruses.
Fucking Napster.
That's the trade-off. Once Rabbit goes away, it's going to be replaced with a virus-filled alternative. It'll work. It's just full of viruses.
Isn't that what Rabbit was already?
I never got a virus
I
from
never
it.
really
Just
got a
works
virus.
shitty.
Yeah.
I got bombed with bots every fucking time.
What in Rabbit?
Really?
Yeah, just random like bots spamming into channels if they weren't locked and just dropping shit tons of
Oh.
links. Like way
Well,
worse
that's your
than
own
ever
fault.
was.
I always
Oh.
played with private rooms.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
It was
same.
fine now that they had to like set up the room and save the room and people could come in.
Yeah.
But before it was a pain in the ass where it's like you have to set up a new one every day, get out new links. If everybody PMing you, I can't find the link. I put it literally everywhere you can see me post shit.
Okay. Who is ready
He's
to,
ready to
hit
party.
this meeting?
I am, and I apologize in advance if I do have a thing where I like look like I'm somewhere else for a minute or two. I still have a lot of people who are reaching out and like asking me questions.
That's totally fine. You do what you got to do. We're gonna be here. We're doing the damn thing. So, friendos, the music's changed. You've received this bag of gems from Jahim Arak. He spoke particularly with Pilakka. He's expressed an interest in working alongside you because he believes it is in his best interest. At this moment of getting his daughter back. Maybe you feel as if you are inclined to save her. Perhaps it weighs heavily on your minds. Whatever the case may be, he has expressed an interest in aligning himself with you and has passed this bag of gems. Even the half-blinded Pilakka-Bitakk can immediately see its worth at the pristine-cut gems in various colors inside of the bag. She quickly closes this, collecting the coin alike, and people begin to enter the establishment. First, you see the very early dog soldiers. Marn enters in, and Farhan expresses his disinterest. There is a momentary stare down before Farhan waves his hands. And then they come in with the dogs. These almost jackal-like hounds. They find themselves trained under their table, doing the best they can to stay cool. More parties begin to enter. You can only guess that they all received invitation from the dog soldiers. And they all fit a very different kind of look, as I'm sure you can ascertain from just peering at yourselves. Where are you sitting? Do you sit together? Do you wait upstairs? How does this look inside of the party?
This is one time Pilakka would actually probably be with the rest of the crew.
Okay. Would
Just going
Pilakka...
based off of what happened last episode, Donkor is at the bar right now.
Ronan?
So like, just to refresh myself on how big, like the downstairs bar area is. There's a stage, and then how many tables are there?
Were you over mean mugging the shit out of a performer?
Actually,
It was.
if you look,
Oh, he was. That's right. The guy who took my money. Ooh, that motherfucker. The guy who took my money and was supposed to kiss me and didn't kiss me, and I sicked the goblin on him.
there you go. That's what this place looks like. It should be above your tokens, and it says first floor.
Okay, awesome. So the stage is...
Stage is right there.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. So I'm standing, like, I guess, in between those two tables, like, staring this dude down.
If you'd like, I can make your tokens small enough, and you guys can assign them accordingly.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
To the front.
I'll just zoom in, I guess.
Everything's got to be gridded.
Right.
All right. Abasi can appoint himself. Neferani, you are to the
Those
front.
snap zones are fucking huge.
Use use Alt when you are trying to move. Use Alt or Control. I think Alt is for resizing.
Oh, it'll actually. Yeah. Alt works.
Hold on. Go ahead and move your token back. I'm putting you guys to the front.
Wait, that's not me. That's another dude. Can I have a goblin token? Unless Zanjifar is here.
I see a goblin. Oh. No, I see your Roll20 person. Sorry.
I see 2 Neferanis.
To the front. All right. So we no longer have Zanjifar. I thought we made a token for you.
Just
We haven't had a reason to.
All
Just
right.
been talking.
Did you ever get that art finished?
Mm-mm.
All right. I'm gonna get you a token real quick.
I can just give you a goblin face, I guess. I swear I
got
had
you.
one. That
I got you, buddy.
Oh. If it's bad, I will.
It's not bad. It's not bad at all.
No.
That's a battle toad.
It's great.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
I have one. Wait. I have one that I just. I can send it to you. Hold on. Where's it at? It's actually really good.
Is
I
it
can
a
ask in my
PNG?
Discord. I guarantee you they have a goblin in a round portrait saved somewhere.
If it's a PNG, then cool. But if it's gonna be like a square block picture, it probably won't work.
It's a PNG.
Okay, hit me with it.
Bow. Looks just like me.
All right, gotta open it here. The save image as that guy. Okay. God forbid I'm gonna use that cute little guy. Hey, Goog, what's up, buddy?
Look, he's so cute.
He actually is.
And he looks like he's mean mugging. He's appropriately standing because I'm mean mugging the dude
And
on
damaging
stage.
the floor
At the same time,
simultaneously.
yeah, it's fitting.
And trying to figure out how he's going to carry that sword.
Right.
It's in character.
There you go.
Can I make him smaller, or is that about the same size as them?
Well, I start actually losing the capability of resizing him. So there you
Oh,
go.
God.
Is that better?
I would probably lose him at that point.
It's okay. When we pull off the map,
Hold and, scroll wheel in real deep.
it actually won't let me. Wait, maybe I can do this. No, I'm not. I'm not gonna fuck with that. It's gonna change everything.
Yeah. Can I make him bigger just so I can see him?
You can't see him?
I'd have to zoom in really far.
You look like a booger on a brown map.
I mean, we only need to see this
Damn
little
it.
map here, so I full zoomed in with all.
Same.
There. He's at least a little bigger.
Yeah. I won't let me move him though. Like I keep trying to move him and
You're moving him.
but
I promise you're moving him. He's moving
Yeah.
on my screen.
yeah, but I can't move him where I want him.
Hold
Is it
on.
because
Oh,
he's a
hold,
virus?
hold, yeah,
He's
hold
locking
Alt.
to the grids. Hold on.
You're locking to the grid, so hold Alt when you move him.
Oh, I was
There you
freaking out. Like I can only move in certain spots.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So I guess I'm kind of like on the side. No, I should probably be close to the party. Is that a wall next to those pillows?
That's
The
actually a
squiggly
curtain.
thing?
It's like a curtain. It's like a private pillow area for like resting. Some people will rest there. Not every actually most of these aren't even chairs, guys. Like these are low tier tables and pillows around. So you rest.
Okay, so I guess I'm just standing there with my thing, and I'm not stabbing him in the ground, but I mean muggy.
Okay. All right. It's perfect. Then we at least have your setup. Will you be talking amongst yourselves? Do you have any intentions of, kind of gauging whom you are going to be encountering, or how does this look?
Pilakka is not even recognizing them come in. She's not looking up and making eye contact. She's just like sitting there with a finger bone, just like like jiggling it like a rubber pencil.
Okay.
I know you said all the other groups were like us, they're a little ragtag and different, but can I actually perceive to see if any of them would pique my interest to go talk to?
Sure. Are you going to be watching like everybody that comes through the door, or? Okay. All right.
Abasi is crazy paranoid, so.
Gotcha. We can do that. We'll give you those rolls in just a second. Donkor, you're staying at the bar, correct?
Yep.
What do you intend to do? Are you just watching? Are you trying to speak with Farhan?
Because of the last conversation, he was like, "Oh, they're talking about family. I don't want to hear it." So until somebody comes to grab him for either the documents or to say that the other adventures are here, he's probably going to sit at the bar, not even paying attention to the rest of things.
Okay. And what does this look like for Nef? What's Neferani doing?
I am by the goblin so that I can like watch the mugging.
All right.
But I'm kind of observing everyone come in, and I would say definitely the burb, because the burb is near us. I'm definitely fascinated by the jiggle.
All right.
And I would probably start out by asking like, so whose finger is that?
I believe it to be Gidok's. He is missing a digit.
Oh, that's right. So you didn't like take it from him or anything.
No, but it was taken from him.
Right, but it wasn't you. It was bad people. It was the Pook.
Pook, not likely. This troublesome whelp that looks like me, more likely.
I still think it was the Pook.
Perhaps. But unlikely.
Neferani, you notice that as the patrons begin piling in, that those that are actually here already start to notice what's happening, and the regulars begin to leave. You even notice that those that are operating on the stage, even the one that you're not a fan of, also packs up his earnings of the day, and with his partner, he also leaves. And it leaves this almost stagnating air. No hookah is being smoked, no music being played, no food being cooked. The only sounds are the scrubs and scrapes of Farhan at the bar, Ronan's heavy-mouthed breathing, and the dogs under the table.
I would get up on the stage and start to play. I don't want it to be... Well, I would probably get up on the stage the second that my friend, like, left.
Okay.
Just kind of, like, take out my stuff, like, you better run.
All right.
Even though that's not what you're doing. And set up. And
Give me a perform, please.
I should probably open up my sheet.
Ooh, I want to use dancing lights on the ceiling to make kind of like an accompanying light show. And
Okay.
like little orbs start bouncing around like upside down crickets.
All right, that's really good, actually. Pilakka, are you doing this in order to light this place, or are you trying to assemble a certain kind of environment?
Just it's like an environmental. It's some mood lighting accompany the performance. Maybe try to match the beat.
Sure. Okay, then Neferani, I'll actually give you a circumstantial bonus to improve what this is like, since now you technically have a light show to follow your playing.
It's a light switch rave.
Let me see.
You could say it's a sandstorm.
No.
It's always a sandstorm in Wati.
Wow, Ryu, that was rude.
Excellent. No, it was totally rude.
Damn it. It's getting so good bad.
That actually caught me off guard.
It's like surprisingly bad.
That's exactly what it is. I was like, oof.
So I will get out my drums and kind of... I feel like I've perhaps my inspiration right now is coming from my absolute disgust at dude walking out the door with my money.
Okay. You begin to perform, playing something to best suit the mood.
What's that crowd reaction like, man?
Well, considering that there are a significant amount of people that are leaving, it's not exactly happening, but at least you're playing at a level of skill that you're very happy with. You would probably see Ronan almost subconsciously begin his almost return Elaine/thrust at
Can we get a roll for that?
your very well-placed playings.
Do I need to roll for perform? Am I motivated by the music?
It's really, I mean, I gave a circumstantial bonus of 4, putting her at a 25. It's very, very good playing. Would you
Yeah.
feel motivated?
I probably would.
Okay. Give me a perform. Let's see what you got.
Please don't be like last time.
Oh no, please be exactly like last time.
Yeah, okay, before I roll. do we have
Okay,
any
all right.
roll?
So let's talk about that for a second, guys. Remember, you can give the players
Wow!
luck rerolls.
I've never
luck
seen a
rerolls-
green 17 before.
The luck rerolls come at a cost of 5 gifted subs. Every time we hit our next goal, it will pop immediately into a free luck reroll for them. So we're at 1 right now.
All of
4
the
to go.
luck at a wizard. I watched him roll a 20 earlier.
I'm the goblin Justin Timberlake.
Wow.
You know, I'm at a 17. I'm gonna disagree, but
What?
It's a crit success.
That's a critical success.
yeah,
He
but
just
even if you like, I can reward you for giving you a 20, but there is no critical failure on skills, so there's no critical success. You just roll the best you possibly can in this regard, which is far above par.
Can I be Jack Black at least? Like,
I wouldn't
You
say
mean as Poe?
Justin.
yeah.
Justin Twig Pond. Like,
Justin Smollett.
describe Ronan. This tale is yours and yours alone. The lights are dancing above you in a way that sort of feels like it's moving with the music, and it takes you almost by storm. How do you dance? What does this look like?
oh, I want to see what it really looks like.
It looks exactly like that. Slide to the left, slide to the right.
You're doing the cha-cha slide.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody clap your hands.
It's ridiculous.
Cha-cha real smooth.
This is what a 17 looks like, guys. It looks like the cha-cha slide. That's
so
his
are
best.
are any of the other adventurers doing anything besides sitting around and being awkward?
So the few adventurers that come in, right, you have immediately recognized Marn and his men. The dogs rest under stage of this table, which is already very low. It looks like they're about the size that they could potentially ride them in this place. You notice there is a certain somber tone that hangs about them, and several of the men happen to also be wearing what looks like harnesses made for hounds. Why or how, you're not sure. The last you heard that they may have been suffering some loss. Some of their hounds were killed.
All right. Well, Abasi's going to stand up then and get loud.
As you stand up and before you can say much, this is when we see the entrance of the next group. Before them, let's see a perception, please. Let's see what you can get out of this.
I'll blow it. Wow. Well, apparently, no matter what I do, I'm not seeing shit.
Well, like I said, it's a skill check, so you can't critically fail, but you're only going to get some of it. The first group that enters, we have what looks to be an individual lined with some kind of leather and semi-plated armor. They seem almost cavalier in nature. Another walks in these light flowing, almost scarves upon their body, and they seem to have this halo of flame that decorates behind them. It almost has these animal-like traits, though. Occasionally you see like a flicker of an eye, but it's never quite clear as to what it may just be. One you can clearly see as a cleric of Saren Ray. And another figure, the one that seems to guide them to their table. You can almost guess it's probably their leader. A human. He walks very, very lightly so. His feet don't even make a sound. Let's see if anybody here can remember anything about them additionally so. Memory tests, everyone. Wisdom checks.
Are these the people from the bank? They would be alive if any group was going to survive.
Ooh, okay. All right, so
Baby.
Well,
it's not
Ronan
even
wouldn't
possible
remember
for Ronan to know anything about them. You may have heard some names, but you don't necessarily know if this is them. However, Pilakka, while in the audience at the opening of the necropolis, you did recall a name, and this particular man was on stage. He was introduced as Falto, and he led the Crypt Finders.
Well, I'm not sharing that.
Okay. Abasi,
Alto.
you said you wanted to be loud.
Mm-hmm.
How loud? What are you gonna do? What do you say?
Abasi is going to stand up. I was just writing that down. That's right, Nick. I beat you there. So Abasi is going to stand up because the room it's somber. It's weird. It went from being Farhan's Tooth and Hookah that we know, where everyone is speaking and smoking and listening to music and having food, to a middle school dance that nobody wants to really interact with each other. They're all going off into their own little side groups. That's not the point. And especially for Abasi, who is somebody who cares immensely about the dead. That's been his life, his point. If this is supposed to be a meeting of people who have just lost friends, dogs, family, whatever in these crypts, other adventuring crews that they know, we should be having fun. We should be having a party. We should be eating. We should be drinking. We should be listening to the music. We should be seeing if we could ride those dogs or not.
Yes.
I'm down with that.
And Abasi hasn't had a party, and he doesn't have any friends other than this group. Everyone he's met in town so far has tried to kill him or rob him.
Does Abasi know how to party?
Abasi knows how to party.
What does a Pommet's party look like in your eyes, Jared?
He's a dwarf. He may be a Pommet, but they come from the number one partiers in all of Galarian.
Yeah.
Why do you claim that?
So basically,
course.
they don't party like a Pommet party because a Pommet party's really short.
And it don't stop. Literally, it doesn't stop. They just keep guarding the people that actually die.
It's true. It's all about the the time there.
Yeah.
So he's going to stand up. And I haven't done his voice in 2 weeks, so give me a sec. Abasi's going to stand up and look across to where Marn is because they're nice far away. Fucking... All right, here you go. Mad Dog! Yeah, Marn! Hey!
You catch his eye immediately, but he doesn't say anything. The interpreter next to him starts to rise.
But, right, I forgot he doesn't say... Let him know if this his party, right? We're supposed to be celebrating the dead. The first round's going to be on me. We gotta get some food, some drink, man. You can't sit over there alone with your friends, and neither can these other adventurers. We all went through the same shit, didn't we? Man, Farhan, 20 gold, just start putting drinks out.
Farhan immediately nods, accepting this invitation, and he begins breathing wine into these glasses, just pouring them over and over again, like entering this almost wagon train of mugs. And Marn, before the boy even finishes, he sees this almost jovial nature about you. And his interpretation is a little strange. I'd like, since you're saying this in a way that is also inviting, if you could, give me a diplomacy.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Let's party on the corpse of your dead dog.
Wow, very good. Very good.
For a -1, that's about as good as I'm going to pull it.
That's really good. Before the interpreter can even finish, you see Marn raise his hand, and his eyes look less solemn, and they look more almost lit by the light that dances above. And he bares his lips very tightly, almost like in this wide pan, and he nods, and he waves his hand over. This is when you'll see Farhan lean over to you and offer you as many as there are men at the table.
Well, Abasi will collect his drinks and motion to the other parties and go, just I'll get here, and I'll hand him the 20 gold.
Okay. It's at this point that Marn doesn't actually stand from his resting position in the way that he is. He just kind of gives the boy like a tap on the leg, and the interpreter moves over immediately. Seems pretty happy with the sort. He does kind of look to you. Will there be anything for me?
Of course! Well, you gotta be the one to tell us all the fun adventures and all the cool things the dog warriors have been up to. And talk about their loss. And the ones that we wish we could still have here enjoying these drinks. Of course. Abasi's handing out drinks. He's trying to be as sociable and nice as possible, a side nobody has seen of him since he walked into Wati.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm basically watching like...
Because he hasn't been happy since he's walked into Wati.
This is a very new side, a new face of this ally of yours. Let's find a hound, something that I can use to represent this table. Here we go. We'll use this. It might be a big token. Give it a second.
That is a big boy.
Is that like an upside down boob? Oh, it's a dog.
Yeah, that pitbull had titties for a back.
Thank you. I thought I just had titties on the brain or something.
That's the thickest dog.
Hey,
There you go.
Somebody's butt with a dog head underneath it.
With 3 C's. 3 CCs.
Yep. That's where we're going to place Marn and his men. So that is the dog soldier's table. The others, the crypt finders, they take a seat closest to the door. So I'm going to use a token to associate with them. For them, I'm probably just going to use a... Let's see if I can find it. A sarcophagus. Give me something a bit more traditional. What do we see Ronan doing at this point while I'm looking?
Okay, so obviously he hears Abasi clinking things, handing out drinks and stuff.
Yeah.
So he's pretty thirsty because like I may be a goblin, but I didn't use my rage powers to dance. So I kind of just walk up to Abasi and just be like, "You got any more beers?"